So the question is, what happens if you have post-traumatic stress disorder, but you haven't gotten away from the situation that gave it to you? At that point, I think you're kind of just fucked. So imagine the Raiders from Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas if they were all really huge Fast and Furious fans and shitty mechanics. So basically, rage. Um, so in this movie, Mad Max Fury Road, which is pretty much a reimagining of Mad Max 2 or Road Warrior as it was known in the United States. You have Tom Hardy as Max. Max is essentially just this random guy who gets caught up in a road movie from hell. He has a very dark past. I mentioned his post traumatic stress disorder, complete with really creepy flashbacks. Tom Hardy is really good. He doesn't have a whole lot of dialogue, but Max is also less the hero of the film and more a really, really capable ally. That I understand is apparently an Australian thing. Australians don't like movies about people who take charge because, people who take charge tend to get killed a lot. So the villain. The villain is played by this guy named Hugh Keys Byrne. He actually played the original villain in the original Mad Max movie in '77, Toe Cutter. Here he's playing someone called Immortal Joe. So Immortal Joe, imagine if someone tried to make Darth Vader in their basement with washing machine parts. He is a brutal despot with a severe god complex, but he's a little bit of multiple gods, primarily Viking stuff. That's the villain. For your allies, okay, your allies, you have Charlize Theron is Furiosa. I assume that she's who the movie is named after. And plot wise, she's the actual hero of the movie. She's the person who's actually on a specific quest to get a specific thing done. She's a tough as nails driver who works for Joe, Immortal Joe, but she has a plan of her own that Joe does not like. For enemies, you have the War Boys. The War Boys are the foot soldiers of Immortal Joe. They are the raiders from every post apocalyptic game that you have ever seen. The thing is that the raiders from every post apocalyptic video game you've ever seen were based on the raiders from either Mad Max or more specifically Road Warrior. So they're based on the stuff that's based on the stuff that they're based on. It's a Mobius strip of copying themselves. But they're pretty cool. They are really just drugged out kids who have a pseudo Viking complex going on there. They're all trying to get into Valhalla. It's sort of cool in a rushed kind of way. There's one, what's the guy's name? Nick Holtz, the guy that was the zombie in iZombie. Not iZombie, but the Valentine's Day movie, Warm Bodies. That dude. He's one of them. He's the key one that you're gonna care about. The upside of the movie. This is an action film of action films. There's not a whole lot of plot, but the action is amazing and big. If Age of Ultron hadn't just come out, this might be the action movie of the summer. The acting is solid, although many of the main characters are relatively short on dialogue. The downside of this film, it's about as simple plotted as a film could be. It is a very literal hero's journey. For most of the film, all the people are trying to do is keep driving that way. And there are obstacles that show up in their path. That said, there also isn't that much character growth. Although there's a fair amount of character depth, these aren't two dimensional characters. They're just not characters that need to see things all that differently from their original perspective in order to achieve their goals. Um, the score. Okay. My score for this film, I gotta go 4 stars here. Um, the plot is nowhere near strong enough to go even 4.5. But it does deliver exactly, and I mean exactly, what it promises in the trailer and just in the name Mad Max, picking up that legacy. So you can't drop it to 3.5 because it's exactly what it says it is. So it's a strong, solid 4 stars. So this week's question is, with all of the reboots and remakes and adaptations from other media going on right now, what movie that isn't already being made do you want to see? A remake, a reboot, a film adaptation of something else? What film is Hollywood missing right now? My personal answer is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I gotta go Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think the kid that plays Hit Girl is Buffy. Asa Butterfield is Xander. David Tennant is Giles. Maybe Arthur Darvill is Wesley Wyndham Price. That's mine. What's yours? And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you next week.